guys? I'm Josh Mosiman. Welcome to This Week in MXA, episode number 163, presented by O'Neill Racing. Thank you guys for tuning into this episode. Anaheim 2 was last weekend. Detroit Supercross is this weekend. We got a lot going on in the MXA world. Let's dive into it. Anaheim 2, finally we had another dry race to go to, and it was an awesome one. Very, very excited to be there and experience it. 3 different winners and 3 different motos in both 250 and 450 class. In the 250 class, Levi Kitchen, RJ Hampshire, and Nate Thrasher each got a win in the moto, but it was Levi Kitchen that came out on top. He's now tied with Jordan Smith for the points lead in the 250 class. They're gonna take 1 weekend off before they go racing at Glendale in 2 weeks' time. So excited to see 2 red plates in the 250 West division. In the 450 class, 3 different winners as well. It was Chase Sexton who started the night off strong with a win. Then it was Jason Anderson blistering fast in the second main event to grab the win there. And then Eli Tomac, he picked it up and got a win in the 3rd main event. But the big story was Jet Lawrence going down on the last lap of the 450 main event, causing him to go off the podium and finish 6th place overall for the night. Jet would have regained the points lead in the 450 class. Instead, he is now back in 4th position in the points. Jet Lawrence is now 8 points behind Aaron Plessinger in the championship. Also, Jason Anderson's off-track excursion on the 1st lap and the last main event also contributed to him being docked to position and docked points. So that also played into the factor. Aaron Plessinger, he would have only been 2 points up on Chase Sexton, but that move with Jason Anderson caused him to bump up a position. Now he has a 4-point gap on Chase Sexton, a 6-point gap on Cooper Webb, who is now heavily into this championship again after a couple rough rounds. And Jet Lawrence, 8 points back. Eli Tomac, he's 10 points back in the championship, and Jason Anderson, he's now 13 points back in the 450 standings heading into Detroit this weekend. You guys will also remember Aaron Plessinger. Detroit Supercross was the almost win for him last year as he had that heartbreaking crash with just 1 lap and 2 corners to go. Now he's heading into Detroit with the red plate. Pretty cool to see some redemption for the orange number 7. Looking ahead to the Detroit Supercross this weekend, it's going to be an awesome one. Comparing the track map to Anaheim 2, Anaheim 2 had 2 whoop sections in it, making it a very, very challenging track. Detroit, the Ford Field is a covered stadium, so there's no chance of rain inside on the track at Detroit. So looking forward to another dry weekend of racing. Last year's Detroit Supercross was pretty rutted and technical track. We expect more of the same this year. It's got 1 whoop section. The whoop section also goes into a flat sweeping sand corner right before the finish line, so that'll make things interesting. Usually at the end of the whoop section is where you see a lot of passes. This time it's going into sand, so we'll be pretty technical this weekend. We're having new 250 riders. We'll also have a switch up in the 450 class. Adam Cincerello, he did not race Anaheim 2 after doing practice and qualifying in the morning due to a hand injury. We learned that it was actually from Jorge Prado and him connecting in the final turn at the last lap at Anaheim 1. He injured his hand there when they came together, and he rode through it in the mud races at San Francisco and San Diego, but he said it was too much to handle at Anaheim 2, so we don't expect to see him this weekend. Also, Jorge Prado, he stayed for the first 4 rounds. He's now headed back. Let's look into the 250 class though, as we have a ton of new riders set to race this weekend. Now the big topic is who's racing 250 East, and the most rumored and the most confusing topic has been on Haiden Deegan, on his status, if he's racing East or not. There's been reports that he hurt his wrist and he was off for a while. Looking at Haiden Deegan, we've seen videos he's posted of him back riding. I've heard reports from mechanics and different people on the team that he hurt his wrist. In fact, he did. He was off the bike for a while, then he's been riding lately. He's been riding the track when it's a little bit smoother, not hitting the whoop sections. Now he's back riding. We saw videos of him hitting the whoops. We've seen him looking extremely fast. Haiden Deegan did not have the prep that we expected or prep that he would want going into the 250 East Coast Championship, but he does sound like he's healthy and ready to go racing this weekend in Detroit. And of course, Haiden Deegan, he's a sender. He's gonna go for it no matter what. So we expect him to be running up front, even if his offseason didn't go as well as planned. Other Star Racing Yamaha riders, unfortunately, Styles Robertson is injured right now, so he won't be lining up this weekend. We do have Nick Romano. You also have Daxton Bennick riding on the East Coast. Also, Enzo Lopes on the Star Racing Yamaha team. So we're looking forward to seeing how those guys do on the track this weekend. In the Gas 250 division, it's Pierce Brown. He's going to be racing this weekend in Detroit in the 250 East class. For KTM, it's Tom Vial. Impressive to see Julian Beaumer race the West division where he's the rookie, but they're throwing in Tom Vial for his 2nd year in the 250 class. Last year, he raced 250 East. He's going back to the 250 East division this year, so we're excited to see how he does. Also Triumph, they're coming out. Finally, we get to see the debut of Triumph. We get to see the Triumph up close and in person. Evan Ferry and J-League Swoll are gonna be representing the Triumph 250 and the 250 East Coast division. Joey Savacci, yes, he is riding for Triumph, but he has to wait until the outdoor series starts to race in the AMA 250 outdoor class. Also, looking at the Pro Circuit Kawasaki team, we have all the regulars for Pro Circuit Kawasaki, Cameron McAdoo, Seth Hamaker, and Austin Faulkner racing this weekend, so looking forward to seeing how they do. Chance Hymas, he is now healthy again after his knee injury during outdoors last year. He's gonna be racing 250 East for the HRC Honda team. Looking at the Rockstar Husqvarna team, they have Casey Cochran and Guillaume Ferris. This weekend, Guillaume Ferris will be racing as Casey Cochran still has to do a Supercross Futures round or two to get his points to race Supercross. Kind of surprised he didn't race Anaheim too. I'm waiting to hear back on that story. And the Braak Suzuki team, they have Preston Boastplug. He raced Futures last weekend at A2. He's racing the 250 East division. I think this is the first time the Braak is racing the East Coast, as now they have Derek Drake racing all 450 rounds on the Suzuki RMZ. Also looking ahead at Colin Park, he's riding for the Phoenix Honda team and he'll be representing them in the 250 class with Dylan Ferrandis riding for them in the 450 class. And don't count out the Club MX Yamaha team. They're not factory, they're not privateer, they're right in between, a satellite supported Yamaha team. They have Jeremy Martin, Cody Schock, and Jet Reynolds lining up on the 250 East division. Excited to see how those guys do. Another top rider on our radar for this weekend is Max Anstey. He's riding for the Firepower Honda team. I'm really excited to see how he does on the East Coast. Reports from other riders who've been riding with him say he's been going fast lately, and I'm excited to see him and his mechanic, Nate Alexander, do this weekend at Detroit. Next, let's head to Anaheim, where we got to talk to the winner of the Dakar Rally, Ricky Brabec. All right, guys, we're here with Ricky Brabec, two-time winner of the Dakar Rally, and the only American to do it. Dude, pretty awesome accomplishment. What is it like to be Ricky Brabec right now?
Dude, what it's like to be me is just a normal day in the office. I mean, I'm here hanging out. Yeah, there's a lot of interviews today, but no, I'm a normal person, dude. I'm nothing special. We won, but hey, it's a race. Yeah, we did a little bit of history. Only American to do it, but I don't let that get to me. I'm not changing. I still love riding motorcycles, and hopefully we see you guys all at the track and out in the trails.
Yeah, for sure. That's cool. How do you think your Honda teammates, Jet Lawrence, Hunter Lawrence, Chance Hymas, Joe Shimoda, how do you think those guys would do if they had to race the Dakar?
I don't even know if they ride trails or not, right. But I think it'd be really cool for them to try, you know, some off-road.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously they grew up doing this Supercross and motocross, and they're really good at their sport, and they're really good at managing it, where I grew up in the desert, so I'm gonna go stick with the desert. But no, they're all, dude, it's unbelievable, like how smooth they ride and the things they can do on a bike, like on a Supercross track. So honestly, I have no idea how they would do, but just from the skill set that I see, you know, on TV of them.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing I think would freak them out is probably the speed.
Yeah, probably the speed.
But everything else, I'm pretty sure they got it dialed. I think that's no problem. It's just holding this thing 6 gear wide open. It might be a little scary. No, this is a 450 engine for sure. It's obviously not a production engine, but it is a 450.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So I guess what's the biggest difference? You've ridden this on motocross tracks plenty of times now.
Yeah.
What's the biggest difference riding with this versus a regular dirt bike? And I guess also, like, what do you think the lap time difference is? Because I've had experience riding a rally bike on a moto track. I rode with Matthias Faulkner, Rebel KTM rider. I rode with him in Austria at his local track, and I got to try his bike. It handled a lot better than I expected, and he had faster lap times on that bike than I did on a regular 450 bike. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how their tracks are there, but like our tracks here, like the problem with this bike is it's really stable, like going fast and over bumps. It's a little bit soft for motocross, and it's a lot slower in the corners. So when I ride a motocross bike, I feel so sketched out, dude. I'm like, man, this thing has way too much movement. I need to ride this thing because it doesn't move at all. You hit the braking bumps and you just think it's like a couch, just like slow. Motocross bikes like, and you're a freak. I'm white knuckled, dude.
Right.
But no, it jumps and it can corner. The problem is, like, the skid plate is so low, dude, from the actual chassis, because our exhaust goes underneath.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you try to lean over too much, like you'll tag the tank in the corners and kind of like get stuck.
Yeah.
But Nah, it's unique, you know, go ride a rally bike on a motocross track.
It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
That's cool. All right, so we just looked at your Dakar Rally trophy. The thing is heavy, gnarly, and beautiful. How did you get that from the race to here? Did you have to get another bag or carry it on the plane or what?
No, we carried it on the plane just like a school folder right here in my hand.
Really?
But going through a TSA pre-check was not the easiest. You know, they wanted to take it from me and put it below the plane. I said, hey, no way. I didn't risk my life for 13 days for this thing to go on the bottom of the plane. I'm holding it with me until I get home. And
did you have to show them any photos to prove like, hey, this is actually a trophy, it's not a weapon?
No, it had to go through the one PSA or TSA scanner, and then they had some thoughts about it. They had to take it to some other room to get it scanned again, bring out the boss, and it wasn't easy for sure.
That's funny.
And I mean, I wasn't letting go of that thing, so I fought with them, and same in 2020.
Really?
Same thing. I said, no, this is going with me, and it's sitting with me on the airplane. I'm sorry.
And it's gone. And now you said it's going to your coffee table, or where's it at right now?
It's going to, under my TV, I have like a little trophy desk, so it's gonna go right next to my other one, so I have like, I can look at it and try to get a third one.
I like it. Cool. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Sweet. Also, MXA's Josh Fout, he raced our brand new 2024 Kawasaki KX450X cross-country model this past weekend here at the Glen Helen WORCS race. Let's see how it went.
What's up, motocross action? Josh Fout here at the home turf, Glen Helen. Of course, it's windy, but we're here doing some WORCS racing, doing some testing, all the good stuff. Let's see. We're out here testing the 24 KX 450X. A lot of cool parts on here. Shout out to the guys at Kawasaki for giving us this bike to test, put a lot of hours on and build to give you guys proper feedback. But let's shout out Nitro Moose. Got us rolling flat free. Can't go without that in an off-road race. Just my opinion, but that's how it goes. What else we got on here? Another big thing, my favorite thing. Vortex from Twisted Development. We did pipe testing, we did ECU testing. I'll take the ECU all day. Huge improvement. Another one at Cherubies. Other than that, let's go racing. Stay tuned for a little more. All right, the wind has picked up. Not so fun, but it is what it is. We're off-road racing. It's not always fun, it's Sufferfest. But going out for second moto. Gonna try the Kawasaki OEM engine mounts, see how those go. Maybe help me with a little turning. Bike stable as can be is great. Other than that, one more thing. Shout out to Cherubies for the handguards and WORCS Connection. Only guys right now with skid plate for this new generation.
And we just picked up our 2024.5 KTM 450 Factory Edition brand new bike. It's not all new, but it has some significant upgrades to it. We did our tested video. If you haven't seen it, be sure to check it out on our YouTube and on our website. Also, I rode it some more at Paula yesterday with the KTM and Husqvarna and WP guys. I want to show you guys this linkage and show you exactly how detailed it is and how different it is from last year. All right, guys, so we're back at Paula today, spending another day, day 2 on the KTM Factory Edition. Husky, they're out here debuting the Husqvarna Rockstar Edition bikes. We're gonna get ours in a couple of weeks, maybe a month or so, but more time on the KTM. We did our tested video on Friday. We posted on Thursday, actually, and I talked about the linkage in that video, but I didn't get to show it off for you guys, so I wanna give you a little bonus. So the new 2024.5 Factory Edition linkage is much different than the previous 23 and 24 linkage. This one's a little bit heavier, quite a bit stiffer, and the big thing you'll notice is how big this bolt is down here, this linkage bolt. So let's see, you can see the difference right there. Much thicker on the old one, thicker equals stiffer, much smaller on the new one. This is actually the same size it was in 22 and prior model years. Also, you can see a lot of material's been cut away inside the knuckle here. So let's see, the 24.5, a lot more cut away in the new Factory Edition, a lot lighter in here, but also more compliant, a little softer, a little more robust in this old 23, 24 linkage we have over here. So those are some pretty impressive differences. Also, they have the chain slider here. You can see how it's just a little bit lower. I got a sticker on my finger. Just a little lower on the front on the new chain slider to allow the chain to go a little bit smoother over the new swing arm. Swing arm has the same update, a little shaved off on the front to allow less binding at the chain. So interesting stuff. If you guys haven't seen that video yet, you can check it out on our channel. Fun times today at Paula, shaking it down on another track. Also, I hope you guys have been having fun playing the new MXA Fantasy League app. It's free to download, free to play. It's been an awesome first 4 rounds of the season, keeping up with that. Congratulations to Kyler J321 for winning the Dubach Racing exhaust system and scoring the most points at the Anaheim 2 Supercross. Pretty awesome prize for a free game to play online. This weekend, we're giving away an Insta360 Ace Pro camera. It's the brand new Insta360 camera that just came out. I haven't even gotten one yet. I hope to get one soon. It's a pretty sweet new camera. You can win it by playing the MXA Fantasy League app this weekend at the Detroit Supercross. The player with the most points earned after this weekend will get the prize. Pretty awesome there. Continue to play throughout the whole Super Motocross Championship to earn grand prizes like the Triumph 250, a full set of Maxxis tires for your van or truck, and a $500 shopping spree to Boyson Racing. Awesome prizes, play for free. Also create your own private party against you and your friends just to play for fun. Good times, hope to see you on the app. All right guys, that's it for this week in MXA, episode 163 presented by O'Neill. It's time to get this Honda Works Edition out of the MXA studio here, and we'll see you in the next video. Tested this bike today, Gas 350, KTM Works Edition, off-road bikes, lots more on our channel. See you there. I did it! Not recommended in flip-flops. All right, see you, Chubby. You gotta walk back now.